Today I got up a little earlier. It's still hot. It started getting hot here around 7 in the morning. I got up at 6:30. I had to change my routine because all of my plants here, no matter I have those water things I'm using, I'm pouring water in it like almost every day coming out here because by the time, I don't like doing it at nighttime because I get slugs and everything, but a lot of my plants are wilting in certain areas. But I also have to tackle, looks like a jungle back here. So I brought some stuff, my lettuce. I tried to shade it as much as heck because I didn't have anything out here, so now I brought some stuff out here, so I had some shade that. I brought tools with me. I brought some hydration, make sure I have that. I want to try to get this done before noontime because that's where it's going to get really hot. It's supposed to be up in the hundreds. It's been like that all week. It's been terrible. We never had this kind of weather, but that's what's happening. I'm glad I'm watching others. Our lawnmower went, so the grass looks horrible. And then with this, I'm trying to keep up. I'm going to do the drop right in the area because of the nutrition. I'll probably throw it on top of the black, weed fabric, so it'll land up killing the
nutritional needs of the plants that we need to consider with the law of return, because when we harvest something and we take it to the kitchen and eat it, even if we chop and drop all the crop residues, etc., there is a loss of nutrients from the soil, and that's why we add compost to help balance that out. And this is where a garden differs from nature. So take this tree for example. The leaves, when they break down, they create a complete nutrient cycle. But in a garden, when we harvest crops, we're also harvesting the nutrients and taking them away. And this is where weeds come into the picture. I'm not here to debate about what a weed is. I think we can all agree that dandelions, thistles, and also nettles in our raised beds and pots are not welcome, at least for the long run. But we have to understand that weeds are nature's way of rebalancing soil health. Things like dandelions here and thistles send down deep roots to mine nutrients from below and then bring them up into their leaves. And when these plants break down, they're bringing and effectively leaving those nutrients in the topsoil. Also, when we weed a bed, or this is a tile where I'm going to grow just some ornamentals, what you're also doing is affecting the law of return, because weeds are full of nutrients and you're picking them off and you're carting them away. So in a second I'll explain about why whenever you're weeding a section you want to return those exact weeds to the spot that they were growing. But firstly, I want to share the main part of that blog article that honestly, it just made me think, wow, I'm never gonna look at weeding the same again. I'm paraphrasing what I read on this blog post, but it was along the lines of not seeing weeding as a chore, but actually as nutrient harvesting. And I thought, this is fantastic. I can actually trick my brain into finding a higher purpose to weeding than then clearing a bit of ground. It can actually be a harvest that's going to help me grow better crops. Let's say this bed had a load of dandelions. If we take and remove those dandelions but actually replace it with compost, we could actually be creating a nutrient imbalance, because dandelions are known to be an indicator of poor calcium, and so they're bringing calcium from further down up to the top. So if we actually chop and drop the dandelions on the surface, we're helping to rebalance those natural calcium levels. Now, if you don't fancy doing chop and drop, or you want to keep your beds nice and clean, I totally understand that. It's really important to know that one of the main purposes of compost isn't just to add nutrients back into the soil, but also to create a carbon-rich environment to promote the microbes to actually make those nutrients plant available. So if you incorporate techniques such as no dig alongside harvesting nutrients, aka weeding, and bringing weeds from external sources into your garden, you can help balance out that law of return and have a thriving garden.
Mulch around it because I want to keep all the nutrition in there. It seems like with the grass in between, it seems like it's helping it, but there's like areas. I'm going to show you. It looks like a jungle in here. I'm going to be warning you. I haven't been out here because the weather, it's been high, but there's no excuse for it. I should have been out here in the morning, and I'm not a morning person or coming out in the evening, but we had to go food shopping. We're running out of food, so we had to go out and do that yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to get out here. And overnight, this is how fast the weeds popped up, because it wasn't like this. I couldn't believe it when I checked it. And I just watered yesterday, and just from watering from here and then over on the other side, I'm telling you, I was sweating. I'm sweating now just standing in the sun. And it's just horrible. I don't know how people with bigger farms, how they do it. I only have a small amount, and I'm struggling. And I'm glad this weed fabric, it would be worse than this. I might not get all of it done today. It's probably going to be steps. It depends on how hot it gets. I don't want to overdo myself, because it seems like when I do overdo myself, the next day I can't do anything. I'm in bed. I don't want that to happen. I want to overheat for no reason. So just bear with me. It is so sunny here. You can't even say if you're recording or not. This is the tough part. Have my headphones on and I'm getting to it. So hopefully you get to see it. I just want to show you something. I never had so much problems. See this? It frees. Look at it. This gets in my way all the time. I'm trying to hoe. Now, I just went to see how good it is over here. It's horrible. I'm pulling. Look at me. I'm sweating like crazy. Just this little section. So now I'm just going to bother in between. But man, guys, I just want to warn you, this is the stuff that reality, this is what you're going to be going through. And if you don't start learning now, better techniques, and like I have to figure out now, this is the first year of me having this weave fabric. Now I have to think of the center part, how I can control that. And it's basically, I can't afford straw and hay. So that's the only reason why I'm trying to do my push mower and make, some dead grass. But, it's been too hot to even push that to keep up. So this is what's going to happen to you. And it doesn't take long, because you have so much nutrition in your garden that the grass wants to be part of it too. So, all right, let me get going. Yeah, I'm going to get this done. Out with my garden in the back. I can't pronounce the name. I looked it up. I did Google Lens, and I can't pronounce the name.